4 ingredients.
Malt, yeast, water, and hops.
And love. And love is the most important part to him.
And you also need some time when brewing beer.
To run a brew takes you about 8 hours. It's about a week of fermentation and then about 3 weeks of aging. So it takes us about 28 days in total to make a steam still beer.
First, the finest Saskatchewan barley gets crushed in a machine called the grister. This releases the flavor. Now it's boiled in water in a big tank called a mash tun. Here, the starch in the barley starts to turn to sugars. But this isn't just any water. It's sourced from a deep spring where it's naturally filtered through gravity. So it's low in minerals just like they have in Pilsen. More than 35,000 gallons are tankered in each week to keep up with demand. And now it's ready for a second boil. With the next ingredients, hops from Bavaria and the Czech Republic. It might look like rabbit food, but they're dried into pellets to make it easier to transport and use in the brew. The Bavarian hops give bitterness and flavor, and the Czech hops give aroma. Now it's time to introduce the brew to yeast. Think of the yeast as an army of Pac-Men moving through the liquid, gobbling up sugars and burping it out as alcohol. After 7 days, its job is done. Now the brew goes into aging tanks. Here the taste will mature and mellow for 3 weeks until Merrick decides it's just right. When he gives the nod, the beer is bottled and fast. And at Steam Whistle, they care just as much about their bottles as their beer. Made with 33% more glass than regular beer bottles, it's way more robust. An impressive 85% of these bottles are returned and reused.
Also, that bottle has painted on the label. And what's great about that is you're not cutting down trees to make your label. You're not gluing the label onto the bottle. Probably most importantly, you're not washing it off with chemicals to clean the bottle off.
First, they need a hot bath. On average, 88,000 are washed a day. After a hot bath, they pose for a photograph to check that there's no imperfection. Okay, so now the bottles are ready for their big moment. They are filled with fresh beer. This machine fills 200 bottles a minute. And as freshness is key, a quick blast of steam causes the beer to foam, expelling any unwanted air. This is called fogging. Once capped, the fill level is checked by the human eye. Any not hitting the mark or snag from the line, and its contents go to waste.